Hi everyone, and welcome back to Crochet by Shawn. If you're brand new and joining us for the first time, welcome. We are glad to have you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the share button. And today I want to show you how to make some cross-stitch baby headbands. We're just going to cross the stitches. If you're unsure how to do cross stitches, we do have some videos, a video tutorial for that. And you can put little butterflies or bows or roses on the headbands when you're done. We are going to start out with either you can use a baby yarn. I'm using Brava worsted weight and a size H crochet hook. You do want to leave a tail so that we can weave in the ends for an invisible closure. And we're going to use the single crochet foundation row. So if you're not sure how to do that either, you can go ahead and watch that tutorial. But we're going to start by chaining 2. We're going to go into the second chain from the hook and pull up a loop. What the single crochet foundation row does is creates a chain on one side and the single crochet on the other. So you're doing both rows together at the same time, and it does give it a more flexible, it's not near as tight. So chain on the left, single crochet on the right, chain 1 on the left, single crochet on the right, and make sure you go through both loops of the chain, pull it up, chain 1 on the left, single crochet on the right, and you do want 46 of these. And once you have 46 of them, it looks like this, and you can see how much more flexible it is than just a regular chain row. So what we're going to do now, make sure it's not twisted, and we're going to go into the second chain from our beginning chain 2, go to the top of that chain 2 under both loops, and just slip stitch it together. Now we are going to chain 3, and with the cross stitches, since this is our first stitch, what we're going to do is go back and catch our last one. So you're going to come back around, find that last stitch, and do a double crochet. So we'll skip the next stitch and go into the next one with a double crochet. Now we're going to go back with a double crochet and pick up our skipped stitch. Now we already did this stitch, skip the next one, go into the next one. And we're going to go back into the one we skipped, and sometimes I mark it with my fingers so we know which one we're going into. And double crochet that. We did this one, so skip this one, into the next one. And we're just going to do this all the way around. Come back and pick up our skipped one with a double crochet. And once you do this all the way around, it looks like this. And all we have to do then is just slip stitch to the top of our chain 3, the very first one that crossed over, slip stitch it in. Now for the second row, what we're going to do is make sure the X's are on top of each other, so we're going to slip stitch into that next stitch, and now start our chain 3. And when we come back around, we're going to come into that slip stitch that we just did, come from behind there, and now our stitch is crossed on top of the cross stitch. So we will skip this one, go into the next one with a double crochet, and then we will come back and pick up that skipped stitch with the double crochet to cross them over again. So we'll skip the next one and go into the next one. And you just repeat this all the way around. Go back and pick up our skipped one. Skip the next one, go into the next. Go back up and pick up our skipped one. And we'll do that all the way around for row 3. And when row 3 is done, you'll slip stitch to the top of the chain 3 again. And now we're just going to chain 1. We're going to go ahead and do a single crochet in there, in that same stitch. And then we're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. And one single crochet, it'll help it make it look just like the opposite side, so they match, but it'll help kind of pull this cross stitch together. Sometimes it does get a little looser, so just one single crochet in each stitch around. You can see how it matches border-wise now. And when we're done, it will look like this. And we will join with the invisible closure. So here's the top row that we just finished. We're going to go into that single crochet, the beginning of the row, come back through the last one we just made, and go back to that first one. And now you have an invisible closure. Just go ahead. I always make a knot with it so it doesn't come out of place, and then tuck the ends. And to close the single crochet foundation row, you're going to want to find the bottom of the chain stitch, and that's the last one, and you come around, and that first stitch only has one loop. You can see the rest of them have V's. We want this single loop, but you don't want it by itself because it'll leave a gap. So grab that other one underneath it and pull through, and then go back through that, and you don't have a hole there. And that's how you do the seamless invisible loop. And that's all there is to it. Thanks so much for watching today, and we will see you next time.